Hey there, and real quick, I'm making some orange juice and vodka. I think it's technically called the screwdriver, but I never know what the hell drinks are. I just put shit in my mouth, just like Joe.
Work the pipe, swallow the gravy.
Anyway, I'm just making something really fast because heading to the dentist, and you can't notice by my teeth and no cavities, but after coffee and some like different diet sodas, and yeah, I mean they're not yellow by any means, but want to do a touch up and doing this new kind of procedure where you sit in a chair for an hour and they blast your teeth, and it's gonna hurt, but so I don't want to get too loaded beforehand. But well, before I get into this, real quick, Chris Pratt is in the news yet again, and I can't help but think after reading this and talking to you guys in a second that it's like fucking bizarre world. I'm not understanding why. Like there was a point when celebrities, when people did good things, they would, give to charity, they would help people, help their fellow co-stars and shit. Just be an overall good person. We praised them, and Chris Pratt is constantly in the news and just like for doing good things. But certain people dislike this guy because why? Because he's not political, because he is devout in his faith, because he's always being a good person and shit. And, this is, I guess, the era of the current generation where some piece of shit, like, I don't care if you like her or not, but Kim Kardashian and her asshole sisters are fucking billionaires and, regular good people aren't. And just, even on YouTube, some of your biggest YouTubers, like, both these Paul guys, both Logan and Jake seem like just two shitheads. And, but they have big channels and other people don't. But, yeah, before I do a quick rant and get ready for the fucking dentist, just sit back and enjoy the intro. Yeah, not bad, vodka and orange juice. So right here, Bryce Dallas Howard says, I made so much less money than Chris Pratt on Jurassic World sequels, but he fought for pay equity. Now, I know that's becoming this thing nowadays where all people want to talk about is pay gap and wage this and wage that. And I fully support that in the sense that if I'm on a computer and you're on a computer, male or female, if I'm pumping out 50 words a minute and you make 50 words a minute, awesome. However, I also don't think it's fair that if I'm like, say, making pallets all day, if we're in a warehouse and I make 20 pallets a shift and you make one or two, then I don't think we should get, paid the same thing in terms of labor, because if I'm pumping out 20 and you're doing one or two, how is that fair? Now, with the movie industry, everybody knows at this point that, they try saying men and women and shit, but guys, come on, it comes down to fucking tickets sold. This is a business. Everybody knew that Robert Downey for the first Avengers got paid way more than everybody else. And at that point, he built up the name of Iron Man and he built up that status where he deserved that. People, you could argue that Iron Man was the best part of the first Avengers film. At that point, Chris Evans and Hemsworth and even Mark Ruffalo, they weren't the names that, Robert Downey was, and their characters didn't have the name that Iron Man had at that point. So, right here, now this is what bugs me. Reports surfaced in 2018 that Bryce Dallas Howard was making $8 million to Chris Pratt's $10 million for the work on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. But Howard revealed in a new interview with Insider that she was actually being paid so much less on the Jurassic World sequels compared to her male co-star. Now, reportedly, so this is saying that Chris Pratt, right, was getting paid $10 million and she was getting paid $8 million. So she's saying that, well, these numbers are wrong. So then are the numbers for him wrong as well? Like, okay, what's going on? And, yes, it is me being somewhat jaded as somebody who just went clothes shopping with my kid today and blew half my fucking paycheck, and somebody where 2 years ago, 20 bucks on my little Honda Civic gave me almost a full tank of gas. Now I put in 40 and I'm still getting less than half a tank. And so when I hear about during the virus that you made 8 million, but he made $2 million more than me, and I feel bad. But she's saying, well, I get paid so much less. So, and this would just, it's kind of weird where Howard did not reveal a dollar amount, but she did stress that Pratt worked to correct the situation by enduring she had pay parity or parity, whatever, on other Jurassic World properties, such as video games and theme park rides. So you got paid so much less. Well, how much then? It's like she doesn't want to reveal the dollar amount. Like what, 100,000, 2 million, 5 million? What to you is so much less? Because again, I look at my fucking paycheck each Friday, and I think you and me would have a very different outlook on the term so much less. The reports were so interesting because I was paid so much less than the reports even said. So much less. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. When I started negotiating it for Jurassic, it was 2014, and it was a different world. Yeah, no pun intended. and I was at a great disadvantage. Unfortunately, you have to sign up for 3 movies, and so your deals are set. She continued, what I will say is that Chris and I have discussed it, and whenever there was an opportunity to move the needle on stuff that hadn't been negotiated, like a game or a ride, he literally told me, you guys don't even have to do anything. I'm going to do all the negotiating. We're going to be paid the same, and you don't have to think about this, Bryce. So right there, good on him, because, merchandise is a factor and stuff, but Chris, being the dude that he is, didn't have to do this shit. I love him so much for doing that, she concluded. I really do, because I've been paid more for those kinds of things than I ever was for the movie. But I'm just curious, okay, so she's talking about rides or video games. What other major franchises was she giving her likeness to besides the Jurassic World, trilogy? Okay. Howard and Pratt first joined forces for Jurassic World before reuniting to headline the film's 2 sequels, World, Fallen Kingdom, and then Dominion. Of course, Dominion opened up in June and has made $373 million in the U.S. and then $974 worldwide. Massive sums of money. So, yeah, I mean, let's just call it what it is. The 3rd Jurassic World film. Let's say it just did a cool $1 billion. But I don't know. It's just like, I'm happy the fact that Chris Pratt is a stand-up fucking dude as always, and she got fucking paid more money. But I always can't help to tell myself and ask the question that as a blue-collar loser, and anybody you watching this, how much money you're making, like, I was paid so much less. Like, what to you is so much less? Give me a fucking number. Because I'm to the point now, if you even got paid $100 grand, shit, that's still more than I'm fucking making in a year, and top of my taxes and union fees and shit like that. But as usual, Chris Pratt, stand-up guy, good fucking dude, and overall, every time I read news articles like this about somebody doing the right thing or helping out his fellow co-stars, he's doing things that he doesn't have to do. And as usual, he's not talking about this himself. He's not bragging. This is somebody, a co-star, who's bragging for him. Happens all the time with our boy Keanu. Keanu never brags, never talks about it. Other people are always talking about the stuff that Keanu's doing. So, but yeah, guys, okay, it's getting late and stuff. Check my watch as always. Got to finish this and go see the friggin' dentist and whoever enjoys that, right? But you know the deal. You know how it works. Give me 1 second while I finish this.
This calls for a drink.
Pretty good, and yeah, heading to the dentist, and then after that, I'm heading back to work.